Hi everyone, it's Vera. Sorry, we're a moment late. Good evening. Tonight I'm going to talk about our revolutionary reset program, Ketopia, and I'd love you to pass this on to new people who are wanting to do a reset, whether it's for their health. It's not necessarily for weight loss. This is a 10-day metabolic reset, and it's very unique because it's a program that uses exogenous ketones. We have a formula that no other company has, and it actually creates ketone bodies. And when we are burning fat, it turns us into a fat-burning body, so that when we're burning fat for fuel instead of sugar, we actually have 225% more energy available, and it is much better for our health. And I really want to reiterate some of the health benefits of Ketopia. So let's start with death. We might as well start with death, and we know, I can quote you statistics, actually I've got some here. Heart disease, coronary heart disease is the leading cause of death in America and in Australia. So we're going to start and go backwards. I'm being quite radical tonight because I really want to wake everybody up to all the preventative measures that we actually have when we're educated and when we know what leads to what. So you have death, you have the statistics, people between the ages of 45 to 95, the number one cause of death is coronary heart disease, followed by dementia, Alzheimer's, and what was it lastly? Cancer, actually. And all of this can be prevented if your body is in a state of ketosis. So first of all, we've been under, I'll go through the problem. We've been under a bit of a myth that low I've disappeared, I'm coming back. You know, the old brainwashing myth that we were under for many, many years, and this was during this time, heart disease, coronary heart disease actually just skyrocketed, was when we were under the misconception that a low-fat diet was going to be preventative for heart disease. But the problem with the low-fat diets were that they were very, very high in sugar, and a lot of the companies started using high fructose corn syrup instead of sugar because it was cheaper. So high fructose corn syrup also just escalated this issue. So we're going to sort of go backwards. Most people, the statistics that I've become aware of is that most people, the average American and the Australian person, will have about 26 to 36 teaspoons of sugar per day. When really all the body can cope with, the body can easily metabolize 2 to 6 teaspoons. But when we're having cereals, there's hidden sugars, obviously, in cereals, in drinks, carbs, all carbs that you have turn into sugars in the body. So it doesn't take long to consume daily 24 to 36 spoons of sugar, which the body just doesn't know what to do with. And the liver can't metabolize it. It circulates in the blood. We get all these sugar spikes. We get satiated. We use the sugar for energy, but it's one of those spikes that go up and then go down, and then we crash, and then we get hypoglycemic, and we have this whole cycle. So basically, if you have diabetes, so all of this leads to diabetes. So the more, so going backwards from death, the largest cause of death is coronary heart disease, and the majority of people that have coronary heart disease are ones that actually the predisposition for that is type 2 diabetes, which actually can be prevented. And that's what I want to talk about today, because if you have diabetes, if you have type 2 diabetes, I'm talking about type 2, not type 1, which is usually exercise and diet related, and can be totally reversed by what you put into your body, you are 2 to 4 times more likely to develop heart disease and stroke. But if you can control your blood glucose level, you can actually, these are the statistics, and I'm just reading them because I don't want to misquote you, you actually reduce your risk of cardiovascular disease by 42%, and the risk of heart disease, stroke and death from cardiovascular disease by 57%. So 57%. And this is reversible by eliminating sugar from your diet and being in a state where the body is eating good fats and using fat for energy instead of sugar. So if you want to show this, pass this webinar on to anybody new. I don't know if there's anyone new on tonight. I think our usual members, but I'm aware that this video circulates long after this evening. The webinar will go on YouTube and will circulate. These are the statistics, and I want to talk about the program that we have, which is really easy, which actually resets the body. And once people do this 10-day reset, they are, in my experience, they are off and running. And once the body gets used to eliminating sugar, it actually doesn't crave that sugar anymore, and it starts to crave the good food and the good fats, which are all beneficial to health, and actually reverse the tendency to get type 2 diabetes, to get cardiovascular disease, to get to premature death. So you can actually, everything that happens because of poor diet or misinformation can be reversed when you have the right information and you put the right foods into your body. And with a bit of help from our program, you can really, really increase your health, 100-fold. So what is Ketopia? So it's a 10-day reset. It is a breakthrough in science and nutrition. It's just, it's not a diet, it's just a way of life. So ketosis, as I said, is a state where the body is burning fat for energy rather than carbs, rather than abusing carbs and sugars. Most people that we know have bodies that get their energy from sugar. And this has been the malaise of modern society. But when you change your body to a fat-burning body, your energy skyrockets. You've got pockets of ketones, which are these energy pockets, which the body starts to use. And usually the issue is that if we don't get help, our products actually put exogenous ketones in the body that put us in a state of ketosis within 3 hours. But if you had to do this naturally, this often involves a lot of fasting. It involves bad breath, a lot of detox systems, a lot of things that the average person just doesn't really want to put up with. So what Forever Green has done is made this easier. It's created a program with 3 products. The bones of the products is a ketonic drink, a meal replacement shake, and a dough bite, which gives you a delicious phantom carb treat that makes you feel like you're having a carb, but you're not having a carb. And then you have a healthy ketogenic meal, which consists of lots of fat. So it's usually about 65 to 80% fat, 15% protein, and 5% carb. So this is the program. The Ketonics drink is just a drink made up of salts and really good MCT oils, or medium chain triglycerides, and they're exogenous ketones. They're ketones that you get from outside the body that starts to put you into ketosis very, very quickly within hours. So if you go to the bathroom and you measure you do a little pee test, I don't know if you can see this, and you go and check 3 hours after you have this Ketonics drink, which is our first product and part of the reset. This is the key product in this reset program. The Ketonics drink, it comes in 2 flavors, orange and raspberry cream. So you can actually measure, you can get scientific proof that you are in nutritional ketosis within, an hour and a half to 3 hours after having that drink. So you have that from start to finish. You sip it for about 90 minutes, at least 60 minutes, and then you wait 3 hours. And this is the fasting stage. A lot of people talk about intermittent fasting, that to get into the ketosis phase, you need a period of many, many hours where the body is actually, using the ketones for energy and actually using, pulling fat from the body and using that as an energy source. So it's very important not to eat for 3 hours after that Ketonics drink. And that's usually the time personally that I exercise, or I go for a walk, or I do some weight training, or I do something, because I do find that I have extra energy and I get a much better walk, much better workout. Then 3 hours later, I usually have a dough bite. So if you're a coffee person, you will have your dough bite with a cup of coffee. I do have a coffee. Some people on the program eliminate tea and coffee, but I find that I have my coffee with cream. So again, cream, the whole idea of this program is that you're putting good fats into your body, 85% fat. So you really, when we talk about good fats, we talk about olive oil, avocado, cream, cheeses, nuts, coconut oil, all the good fats. And when you're not having carbs, having good fats actually makes you satiated. It makes you really, really satisfied. So I'll have my dough bite, often I bake it. I'll have it at around, say, 11 o'clock. I'll have, that's when I have my cup of coffee. And I drink lots of water. I find the dough bite, I sort of have it slowly. If I'm still hungry, I have a few nuts with it. Very important, if you're going to have some extra food, if the dough bite isn't enough, if you're going to have celery, nuts, cheese, often I'll dip my celery into some cheese or wrap it around with a piece of cheese, and I'll have that as a snack, or I'll dip it into some avocado, and I have it with my dough bite if I need anything extra. And then I wait 3 hours. So it'll take me through till maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, just depending on day. And at that stage, I have my fix shake. And I don't have the fix shake just with water. I put it in a flask. It's a delicious shake. It's got whey protein, which is full of glutathione, which is really great for the body. Again, glutathione is just very, very important in people that have sufficient glutathione in the body. It reduces the risk of cancer. We've got organic New Zealand whey in our fix shake, and it has 30 organic fruits and vegetables in it, so you're getting really, really high quality food in the shake. Very satisfying. Helps you metabolize fat and burn fat. It increases the metabolism and helps you burn fat. It has 24-karat chocolate in it, so it's like a very high antioxidant. It's a dark chocolate that's really high in antioxidant, but it's not like your Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate, which is full of sugar. It's actually good chocolate, which is very high quality, and it is totally within the ratio for a ketogenic diet. And I put into my fix shake fats, so I put coconut oil. I'll often, if I've got a NutriBullet, so I'll often put nuts. My blend is, a handful of almonds, coconut oil, sometimes a little bit of cream. I put celery in it. I put a few celery sticks in it. Since I've been on this keto regime, I'm actually craving celery. I love vegetables, and we know that the green vegetables are very low in carbs. They're the lowest. All green vegetables, kale, asparagus. This is my regime. Brussels sprouts, kale, asparagus. What else do I have? Broccoli. I have cauliflower, celery, cucumber. Salads, green beans, peas. They're all they're low carb vegetables, and you're allowed to have 5% carb. Some people even say up to 8 to 10%. And all your good carbs in this program come from vegetables. So obviously there's no rice, no potatoes, anything. The general rule is anything underground is high carb. Anything that grows above the ground is usually low carb. So if you think of your zucchini, all the veggies that grow above ground are low carb, and things like potatoes and carrots and even pumpkin and sweet potatoes they're more moderate in carbs. So I mean, potatoes are out. Sweet potato and pumpkin is okay. It's in the middle, but you just have the ratio. The other thing is when you're having, that's the fix shake. That's your third element of the program. So you have your shake. Again, you can load it with, you don't have to just have it with water. It doesn't have to be boring. You can have it with your good fats. You can add some celery, put some avocado in it. You can mush it with a bar mix or put it in your NutriBullet and have a really satisfying drink. I get a big flask of it, and that keeps me satisfied. If I have that at 3 or 4, I have my healthy keto dinner at 6 or 7 o'clock, which usually consists of protein the size of my palm. So again, too much protein can get you out of ketosis, so you do have to watch protein. This is not a paleo diet, it's different. So again, a lot of fat, good fat. So if you're having a salad, I put pine nuts, I put pine nuts. I often roast slithered almonds, olive oil, avocado in my salad, have all my nuts, my avocados. I can have tomato, cucumber, kale. I do a mix, spinach mix, and I throw in sometimes, you can throw in raw broccoli or whatever, but not Brussels sprouts, bean shoots. And if I find for some people it's better, and I won't go into this right now, but I find that salad is better during the day. Veggies on this ketogenic regime, steamed vegetables are actually better. They absorb better for certain body types. So often at night, I'm the sort of body type that actually does better with vegetables. So I do steam. My daily regime is usually broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, and or asparagus steamed, and I just have it with butter and salt and pepper and fish. I mean, I won't go into vegan and vegetarian diets here on this webinar. I mean, the main thing is just to find all the alternative sources of fat and protein that vegetarians and vegans can eat. Because I know the mistake, it's not a mistake, but the tendency is to, you know, is to have pastas and to have carbs. And you've just got to be careful also with certain grains, even with lentils and certain foods. And you're really opting for, and I won't go into it now, you're really looking for, you know, quality protein, smaller amounts of protein and you know, lots of, really lots of fat. Some people say, how's it possible to have, you know, 65 to 80% of your diet in fat? But once you start to get into the regime, you'll see that even, you know, there's even egg yolk. You know, a lot of the paleo style dieting sort of takes, you know, you eat the white, but you don't eat the yellow. But when you're on this sort of regime, it is actually very important and almost crucial to eat the yellow part in the egg. So again, I know it gets trickier for vegans and vegetarians, and I'm not vegan and vegetarian, and we'll have another webinar where I'm going to have a special guest on that will talk about a regime, you know, a ketogenic diet for vegans and vegetarians, and that's not for tonight, but that will be a segment in the future. And I'm not an expert in that area because I myself, I can only speak from direct experience, and I'm not vegan or vegetarian, although I don't like to eat much meat, and if I eat a bit of chicken, it is free range, but I love fish. So I can only talk about what I do, and I know that if I'm not feeling on top of my game, or if I'm staying stagnant, often with me it's because I'm not leaving enough hours in between my the core products. So ketonics, drink, dough bite, fix, healthy meal. You really need 3 hours of nothing in between and just drinking lots of water. And if you have 4 hours, sometimes it's even better. Again, it's a fine balance because you don't want to give your body the message that it's going into starvation mode, because then it will store fat and hold on to fat. So it is a really fine balance. And, you know, I've found I've done about 3 resets now, 3 or 4 probably. I've done, yeah, not quite 4. I've done 3 proper 10-day resets and a couple of 2 days on, 2 days off ones. And you know, it's different every time. And a lot of people will find, I mean, the average person will lose about 3 kilos. The average female will lose, you know, 2 to 3 kilos in their first reset. The men can lose 3 to 5. Men don't have the hormone fluctuations, so men tend to lose weight more quickly than females. But often it's not really the first reset. It's what happens after that first program. So the way you can continue, the way people choose to continue after they've done the program, is just to drink the ketonics drink, because the ketonics drink is what makes a really big difference. To have the ketonics drink in the morning, you know, wait your 3 hours, and then go on to have a healthy keto lunch, which could be, you know, tuna salad with lots of olive oil and avocados, and then, you know, wait the 3 hours again and have an evening meal. And a lot of people buy a box of dough bites. I've got clients that love just the dough bites, and they've always got a box in the cupboard. It's only $90 US, and instead of reaching for the chocolate, if you want that sweet treat, it's really good to have the dough bite on hand. I know there are days where I just, you know, I'm on the road and I think, you know, I'll have a fix shake, and I end up having breakfast. I have a keto breakfast. I might have a couple of eggs and a bit of avocado, a bit of cheese, often have the Meredith goat's cheese with my egg and avocado in the morning. And then I go and have the ketonics drink, and then I have the fix shake a few hours later, and then I have a keto meal. So I've had 2 keto meals, the ketonics drink and the fix shake, you know, no dough bite that day. And just keeping a gap between, the main thing is keeping the 3-hour gap. So the body is using that time to burn fat, to look for fat. You're putting fat into your body and it's using that as fuel. And it's the ketonics drink actually, what it does, it's quite fascinating. This drink actually gets, it looks for the fat in your body. It looks to clean the fat out of your body. So it's going to go into your arteries and actually clean the fat out of your arteries. It's going to take the fat out of your liver. For those that have fatty liver, it starts to clean out the liver. It's looking, because it's got no, it's not, there's no sugar in the body. You've been depleted of sugar. You've starved your body of sugar. It's just looking, and it will be clearing that in your body in those places where the body has stored it, around the waist, in the liver, in the tissues, around the organs, and especially in the arteries. So again, cleaning all the plaque from the arteries. So again, I'm emphasizing so much that it's so much more than a weight management program. This is something that sets you up for life, that sets you up for better health, and it just takes you off away from, once there's no sugar in your body, so many diseases are eliminated. You're not going to have that propensity for diabetes, which is not going to lead to your, heart disease, which is not going to lead to premature, death, which is going to lead to longevity. And also the DNA, I have a belief system that when you're healthy and you are procreating, this is great to bring up the new generation with this knowledge, because again, that DNA, if you've got a healthy body and you're, procreating and that DNA is going to be passed down, then the next generation is not going to have that addiction in their bodies. So you're going to have a much healthier download going into the next generation of, children being born, and we're going to elevate the consciousness of the planet. And, this is what we're out to do. So just looking at the time, we're nearly done. I just want to, so I hope that helps. I hope you understand the program. It's a very easy program. It's really easy to share. It's easy to do. We've got a couple of extra products here, the digestive enzymes. I take an enzyme usually before disappeared. I've come back. So I have one before my evening meal, and if I have breakfast, the days I do have a keto breakfast, I'll have one in the morning too. The more enzymes, the better. You can't really have enough digestive enzymes. They help break everything down. They cleanse the body, and they just help break down your food, and they stop bloating, and they improve digestion. And again, it's a fantastic product to have. It's only $33 US, and we've got 30 here, and you can have one a day, and that's going to help you with the program. And the Keto PM is also excellent. I love it. I'm a bit biased. I virtually have to put myself to sleep every night. Last night it was, the energy I sometimes have, it was 2 in the morning last night, which was not a great thing to do. Sometimes I literally have to force myself to sleep because I am energized from this program. And one drop of this, probably half an hour, I take it usually half an hour before I'm ready to sleep, and it does start to relax me. And again, it's got the hemp oil that relaxes the body. It's got the good medium chain triglycerides. It's got marine phytoplankton in it, and it helps you burn fat while you sleep, and it really gives you a great night's sleep. So this is again an optimizer. The program at the moment, to be on the program, you can be a retail customer or you can be a member. I keep disappearing. I'm back. So 10-day reset consumer pack is $149. If you're going to do it with a partner or with a friend, you want a workout buddy, Ketopia buddy, $289 US. So, and then the shipping is reduced also. And once you're a member and you want to, if you want to do, I know people that do a 10-day reset every month, it's $149 US. So it's only about $118. It's $18 a day. If you break it down, it's $18 a day. And hey, look, you can go out and buy 2 sushis, a cup of coffee. You know, you can go out and and go out for breakfast and spend easily, $15 just on one meal. So if you look at it that way, it's, what price is your health? It's only 10 days. It's $18 a day, plus you have your healthy meal in the evening. And I just think it's really reasonable. I think for the technology that this company Forever Green has created for $18 a day, to come up with a drink like Ketonics that puts you into ketosis in 3 hours, less than 3 hours, when, to do this naturally can take 2 to 3 weeks and can be full of struggle, and most people give up even before they're in ketosis. So to have this made so easy, I mean, to me, this is worth millions of dollars. I can't put a price on this. And, again, the question is, how much do you value your health? What is your self-worth? Do you love and honor yourself enough to put superior nutrition into your body that's going to turn the clock back, give you amazing health, and prevent these common diseases that are killing 54% of the population? It's responsible for premature death. And we have a solution to this global epidemic. And all we have to do is take it ourselves, put it out there, share it, and, really just help a lot of people on the planet and elevate consciousness and create a wonderful, healthy new generation with very wholesome belief systems, and educating them in a way that's conscious, where all the myths have been debunked and we're giving people actually. So next week, I apologise, we were supposed to have Sakshi on tonight, who she was supposed to give a testimonial, and she's going to be on in a few weeks, and she's actually, was a type 2 diabetic, and she did, I think, 2 or 3 resets. She'll tell you when she comes on. I don't know the details, but she really got her levels down, and she's just amazing, and she'll be our special guest in a couple of weeks. But join us next week, Monday night. We have a call every Monday night at 7 o'clock. We have a call for members that want to share this and grow their business, and we have different guest speakers every Monday, and every Wednesday at 6:30 I'm usually here with a special guest, and we run out, and you can share it with anybody that you like, that you think would benefit from this program if they are looking for an improvement in health. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next week.